Soft golden sunlight filters through the trees. Birds chirp faintly. A young man walks slowly down a dirt path, his eyes red and tired. Sometimes life takes everything from us, just to give something better back. The young man David stumbles upon a small wooden cabin. Outside, sitting cross-legged under an old oak tree, is an old man with kind, deep eyes, a local hermit everyone calls the Wise One. "David, sir, I've lost everything. My home was robbed. My savings, gone. Even my tools for work were taken. How could this possibly happen for a reason? Everyone keeps saying everything happens for good, but I can't see it." The old man smiles calmly, gestures for him to sit. "Old man, let me tell you a story, son. Maybe then you'll see that sometimes pain clears the way for purpose. Rain pours." The camera pans across a small American countryside village. White fences, barns, muddy streets. A humble farmer named Tom stands outside his destroyed wooden house. Floodwater still runs through his fields. His wife, Mary, stands beside him holding their young son, Ben. "Tom, everything's gone, Mary. Our crops, our tools, our savings." "Tell me, how can this be good?" "Ben, Dad, maybe it happened for a reason. Maybe something good will come out of this." "Tom, don't say foolish things, Ben. We've lost everything." Tom slams his shovel into the mud, his anger echoing through the empty field. Mary looks at her husband softly. "Mary, we may have lost what we had, but we haven't lost us. We'll rebuild somehow." Tom doesn't reply. He turns away. That night, in frustration, he tells Ben to leave him alone. Ben quietly packs a small bag and walks toward the town. Tom wakes to the sound of rescue boats in the distance. A man shouts from the boat, "Anyone here?" The rescuers take Tom and Mary to a nearby shelter. One of the villagers says, "Villager, you're lucky, Tom. The storm destroyed half the valley, but at least you're alive." Tom sighs bitterly. "Tom, alive for what? I have no home, no food. My son's gone." "Tell me how that's lucky. Mary is cooking a little soup for other survivors." Tom sits outside, head down. "Mary, we can't give up, Tom. Tomorrow you can look for work in town." "I'll help wherever I can." "Tom, and what if no one hires me?" "Mary, then we try again." That's what families do. Tom stares at her and nods slowly. Tom walks through a small American town, Main Street, with diners, grocery stores, and car workshops. He asks every shop for work, but all shake their heads. He sits down by a bench, exhausted. "Tom, why God? Why take everything?" Suddenly, an elderly stranger offers him a bottle of water. "Stranger, don't lose hope, son. Life breaks us before it rebuilds us." Tom smiles weakly. "Tom, you sound like my boy, Evening Light." Tom walks home through the forest path and meets the same old saint from the beginning. "Sage, you look lost, my friend." "Tom, I've lost everything. My house, my son, my pride. People say it's all for good, but I can't see the good in this." "Sage, the answer will come when your heart is quiet. Trust that time knows what it's doing." Tom shakes his head, still unconvinced. Tom starts working as a cleaner in a wealthy merchant's warehouse. He's humble, hardworking, and grateful for even a small paycheck. One day, the merchant's wife notices his honesty and offers him a job as a caretaker for their countryside property. Merchant's wife, "You've got good hands, Tom. Stay here. We'll provide food and a roof." Tom, with tears in his eyes, nods. That night, he prays quietly. "Tom, maybe this is the beginning of something new." Soft rain outside. A knock on the door. Tom opens it and freezes. It's Ben, his son, taller, stronger, and smiling. "Ben, Dad. I found you. You moved before I could come back." Tom hugs him tightly, speechless. "Tom, where have you been, son?" "Ben, when you told me to leave, I went to the city. It was hard at first, but I worked at a diner, saved up, and started a small coffee stand. Now it's doing well. I came to take you home." Tom bursts into tears, laughing. "Tom, you were right all along. Everything did happen for a reason." David, the young man from the beginning, listened silently, his eyes wide. "David, That's a beautiful story. But in my case, everything I had was stolen. What good could come from that? The old man smiles knowingly. He reaches into a small pouch and pulls out a strange, glowing stone. Old man. While walking earlier, I found this in the forest. It must have fallen from one of the robbers. David takes it and stares. It's a rare mineral, valuable and shining under the sunlight. David. This stone. It's worth thousands of dollars. Old man, see? If your things hadn't been stolen, you never would have come here. Sometimes life takes away only to make space for something greater. David looks at the stone, then at the sky. Sunlight breaks through the trees. When life closes one door, it's often because another is waiting to open. We may not always understand it, but in time, everything finds its reason. Moral message: no pain lasts forever. Sometimes the worst day of your life leads you to the best thing that ever happens to you. If this story touched your heart, drop a heart below. Subscribe for more emotional, real-life stories that remind us never to give up. Everything happens for a reason. Share this if you've ever learned that the hard way.